With me again now is my co-host on this special broadcast, Van Jones, a leader in the national movement to bring green jobs and green cities to America. Van, we just heard at the end of that last out cue on the documentary, Rick Piltz, the whistleblower, talking about the Bush administration's censoring of climate documents and saying that's not any way to run a country. Some of you, I think, have a different idea about how to run the country. Why don't you tell us about what's going on and some of the activism that is happening now at a very fast clip on climate issues?
Well, I tell you what, elections have consequences, and they can be very good. With the new majority in Congress right now, there is a much more passion about doing something on climate change. I think it's very good for the country. And Speaker Pelosi has really taken this issue to heart. We had an opportunity to meet with her, and we talked to her about the fact that you got to think this thing all the way through now. If you're going to go from a dirty energy economy to a clean energy economy, that's not just sort of something you wave a magic wand for. That's a lot of work. People have got to weatherize millions of buildings. They've got to put up tens of thousands of wind farms. They've got to put up millions of solar panels. We asked her, who's going to do all that work? Are our community colleges, public schools, vocational schools training people to do that? Well, we need to get moving. And so she agreed with us. And Title I now of the energy bill that just passed in the House is called the Green Jobs Act of 2007. And it's going to put tens of millions of dollars into community colleges, vocational schools, to train what we call green-collar workers.
Green-collar workers,
as opposed to blue-collar. As opposed to blue-collar. A lot of those blue-collar jobs are going overseas. The good thing about a green-collar job is if you're putting up solar panels or weatherizing buildings, they can't go overseas. If you want to weatherize a building and put solar panels on it, you can't ship it to India.
Right.
You can't ship it to China. It's got to be done in the United States by U.S. workers. So what we're excited about is that we're now beginning to retool the workforce to be ready for the jobs of the future, to make sure that we actually do have that clean and green economy that we need to beat global warming, but also to move the needle on poverty and create more economic opportunity in the country.
And so this is part of the larger energy bill that's going to be fought out this fall in Congress.
Yeah, the president, unfortunately, has already said he's going to veto the entire energy package. So it's going to take a lot of courage on the part of the Congress to override that veto. We can't afford to wait another year, another 2 years to have a sane energy policy in the country. And what we're happy about is Speaker Pelosi, for the first time, made sure that there are going to be green pathways out of poverty for people as you start to hook more people who don't have jobs right now into this green economy, into this clean energy economy.
So connecting the fight against poverty and the fight for good-paying jobs with the fight for a clean environment. Is anybody else involved in that now on Capitol Hill?
Yes, we can. The thing about it is, you look at this kind of stuff, it is very depressing, it's very sobering. But the thing about people in this country is you put a big problem in front of Americans and people are going to automatically start saying, what can we do about it? Let's come up with a big solution. There's something called the Apollo Alliance that says, we can fight global warming, pollution, and poverty too by creating millions of clean energy jobs. I've been a part of the Apollo Alliance, proudly so, for a long time. They're now getting a big hearing. There's a new organization called One Sky, and they're a whole new climate change organization. Their lead demand is we want a green jobs corps or a clean energy jobs corps, where just like you had the Peace Corps under Kennedy or AmeriCorps under Clinton, they want to have a clean energy corps where people can be put to work retrofitting this country.
A clean energy corps.
A clean energy corps. And what you do is you could have everybody from the kid in the neighborhood or that poor rural kid, they could get get employed, just like with FDR.
So how do they find out about that? How can a poor kid who wants to do that, how does he hook in?
Well, there's onesky.org is a website. Greenforall.org is something we can talk about later. The Apollo Alliance. The most important thing, I think, is that people should know that people are beginning to rally for solutions.
StepItUp.org will demand that we get real leadership on global warming from our political leaders coast to coast. Find out how you can get involved by going to the website stepitup2007.org.
This program is brought to you by Link TV. To find out more about this program and others like it, log on to linktv.org/specials. Link TV can be found on DirecTV Channel 375 or Dish Network Channel 9410. Link TV, television without borders.